Tribal. Welcome to the House of Khan. Shalom on the Shabbat, Managa. Salute. Salute to everybody in the house. Hey, y'all do me a favor. Hit that like. Subscribe. Share the video. You know it's important we get this message out. And today's message is really a continuation of the last message. We're going to talk a little bit more about Indian territory and all the Nagas that was in it. And the title of the show is The Crazy Snake Negro Indian War. Crazy snake. What kind of snake that is? That's a crazy snake. The Crazy Snake War. Hit me up in the chat and let me know if you ever heard of the Crazy Snake War. If you ain't never heard of it, it's all good. We're going to talk about it. If you have heard of it, that's all good too. Hit us up and let us know. We just always trying to bring something new. This is the House of Cons. And if you want to support the house, we got the Cash App at the top of the screen. Cash.app/$ House of Cons. Salute to everybody that support the House of Cons. Salute. So let's get into this show. The Crazy Snake Negro Indian War. Rebellion, war, uprising, whatever kind of words they want to dress it up with, you know. But it's different sources got different things to say, and we're gonna talk about it. We're looking at this thumbnail from a third eye point of view. This an old picture, an old photo. The pixels ain't that great. It ain't 4K. But one thing I know, if I don't know nothing else, I see a bunch of
darkness, everybody! Everyone, darkness is spreading. Negro.
Yeah, I see what appears to be a group of so-called Negroes. Okay, these so-called Negroes are who you would call the Crazy Snake Rebels. Salute. You want to find this picture? All you gotta do is search the Crazy Snake Rebels. And I'm quite sure it'll lead you right here to this picture. The Crazy Snake Rebels, Managa. Yeah, the Crazy Snake. A lot of people ain't know. A lot of Indian wars was Negro wars, because a lot of people ain't know the Negro is the Indian. And we're gonna jump right into it, man. We're gonna jump right into this because, like I say, it's just a continuation of the show we just had the other day. By the way, the numbers going up on that show. I don't know, maybe the thumbnail caught a lot of people's attention, but a lot of people viewing that show. So salute to everybody that's been spreading and sharing that video. But let's get into it right away, because y'all remember we was reading last episode from this article article clip from the Topeka Plain Dealer. You know what I'm saying? The ancestry. You know, this is basically genealogy records. You know, and we was reading from it, and remember right down here. It was talking about all the blackest spots in Indian territory, basically. All these Bowley, you know, Oaks Fusky, Tulsa, you know what I'm saying? All these Muskogee Creeks, these so-called Negroes. And then they were saying that remember right here it said, at Wildcat, white men are warned to depart before sundown.
Boom shakalaka! You big dummy!
At Wildcat, white men were warned, get out of there before sundown. Get out of
darkness,
there
everybody!
before sundown.
Darkness is spreading!
This entire community in Indian territory of Negroes, enumerated probably 15,000 souls. It was here that occurred the Henrietta Race War and the Crazy Snake Rebellion. Salute. So we talking about the Crazy Snake Rebellion. And Maxine Cross in the house. Tribal. Salute.
Boom shakalaka!
Salute to Maxine Cross in the house. Yeah, so it was there at Wildcat. The Naga sundown town where the white man had to get gone before it got dark. So if the white man had to get gone, any pale face had to get gone. So you know it wasn't no red men around.
Sit your $5 ass down before I make change.
It was an all black sundown town. Get out of there before it get dark, cause you can't see us at night anyway. When we put on all black, we run up on you, it's trouble. We ain't have to paint ourselves black. It was here occurred the Henrietta and the Crazy Snake Rebellion. And we talking about the Crazy Snake Indian Negro War. See, it's clearly a Negro town. Don't let nobody tell you anything different. The Crazy Snake Indian War happened in an all Negro town. 15,000 souls of Negroes. It said the last of which was here. You know, the Henrietta Race War and the Crazy Snake War, the last of which was here, was heralded in the summer of 1900 as a big Indian war. So we gotta pay attention to these things. An all Negro town, 15,000 souls. The Crazy Snake, and the white people had to be gone before sundown. White men were warned, get out of here before sundown in Indian territory. Don't forget where you at. Oklahoma, Indian territory. All Negro town, 15,000 souls, called Wildcat. Who named it Wildcat? You know what I'm saying? They didn't name it Wild African. They named it Wildcat. You know what I'm saying? What chief Wildcat named this all Negro town Wildcat? 15,000 souls, white men had the pale faces, had to get out of there before it got dark. The Crazy Snake Rebellion went down. It was an Indian war with all Negroes. So who was the Indians? One Negro was killed in this race war. Only one Negro died. It is said that one or two were killed in the Crazy Snake War. They were both scarce. Regular outbursts of panic amongst the white communities around these Negro settlements. So the Indian settlement was a Negro settlement. The Crazy Snake Indian War was a Negro war. Let's set that clear. The Negroes in these Creek Nation settlements. Don't forget what we was reading from the other day. The wealthy niggas denied the right to franchise by the act of new state. The largest Negro, the largest nigger population in the Creek Nation. So let's make that clear. Now let's get to what we talking about. Because we was talking about Indian territory. And we talking about the Chickasaw, the Kickapoo, the Iowa, the Osage, the Muskogee Creeks. The Muskogee Creeks. Shaded in pretty dark, by the way. You know what I'm saying? Which we noticed the other day. They shaded in very dark.
Everyone, darkness is
Trying to let you
ready.
know on the map that there's a whole lot of Negroes there. So we know we talking Negroes. Now, with that being said, we know that in Indian territory, all these historic towns was all black. Flash back and forth, Indian territory map, showing you the tribes. African American map, showing you the tribes again, just change the classification. Now, we'll talk about this Crazy Snake Rebellion, because it's going to be some hijacks here. Because they ain't going to give you a whole lot. And we on Wikipedia. We starting off with Wikipedia. We got Wikipedia on our plate first. We're going to get that. We like to dig into the vegetables first. We're going to go right into Wikipedia because we know there's a bunch of hijacks up in there. It might be all kind of bullshit up in there. So we got to watch out for the bullshit in the vegetables first. The Crazy Snake Rebellion, also known as the Smoke Meat Rebellion or Crazy Snakes War. Smoke Meat Rebellion. What's that? Was an incident in 1909. That correlates to what this said. This did say it was in the early 1900s in Wildcat, the summer of 1900, as a big Indian war that at times was viewed as a war between. Look, they say this was an incident that at what times, back then or now? See, that's slick wording right there. When we read thoroughly. Crazy Snake War was an incident in 1909 that at times was viewed. Wait a minute. So people viewing this differently at different times? I'm going to say that before we even get any farther. What you mean that at times was viewed? We know it was a Negro Indian War. We already know what you finna do. That at times was viewed as a war between the Creek people. That's what it was. And American settlers, the colonizers. That's exactly what it was. But now that was what it was viewed at times, right? What is viewed at now as? It should not be confused with an earlier bloodless conflict in 1901 involving many of the same people. See this slick bullshit, man. Involving many of the same people. Hold on, let's read that again. I know somebody's eyes crossed right now might be a little confused. It should not be confused. I know you're confused. It should not be confused with an earlier bloodless conflict in 1901 involving many of the same people. The same people, though. The conflict consisted of only two minor skirmishes. The first of which was actually a struggle between a group of marginalized African Americans. See, I already knew it. We already knew it. See, somebody wrote this article and they say them look like niggers to me. This should not be confused. These crazy snake rebels. You sure them Indians? Sure them Indians, them niggers? Oh man, the niggas is the Indians. You mean the African Americans? Oh man, no, literally. The African Americans is really the Indians. African and a posse formed to punish the alleged robbery of a piece of smoked meat. What, it was a smoked ham? What is some bullshit? These people got so many games. I swear they go to making up fairy tales like they gonna say, let's say it was about a piece of smoked meat. And it was African American, because we know them niggas love to smoke some meat on the grill. Yeah. The Creek people should not be confused with African Americans. Why? You gonna read through the lines. Y'all guys, I ain't scared to read the hijack. The hijack is entertaining to me. And I pull what I need out the hijack. People be scared to read the hijack. That's hijack, man. Fuck all that. I ain't scared of no hijack. You know what I'm saying? We butt shots at the hijack. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to the issue. See, this whole first paragraph, we ain't really gotta read no more for real. That whole first paragraph should have your Naga radar going off, your Naga dar going off, your Naga radar should be your shit should be going off. Red flag, hijack. The Crazy Snake Rebellion, also known as the Smoked Meat Rebellion. So the Indian War was also known as the Smoked Meat or Crazy Snake War, huh? Was an incident in 1909 that at times, you know, back then, they knew the niggas was the Indians. So it was viewed as a war between the Creek people and American colonizers, the settlers. It should not be confused, though, with an earlier bloodless conflict in 1901 involving many of the same people. But they was African Americans. We reviewing it again. And it was we're going to call them African Americans. Y'all see this bull? Y'all see this, right? It's very easy to see what's going on here. The editing of history, the belligerents. Let's see if it say African Americans anywhere. It says the Creek rebels. Okay, I don't see African Americans nowhere. The United States and the Creek Nation. Okay. The U.S. versus the Indians. The colonizers versus the Indians. End of the American Indian Wars, 1895 to 1924. Now hold up. This where the hijack gets serious. You see these? You see who creeping up at the bottom right hand corner of the screen? That don't look like a niglet to me. Who the hijack? Niglet. Who the hijack is this? They know it's the Indian War, so they want to give you some Hollywood in there to throw you off. Talking about Cheeto hero. I don't even eat Cheetos. Cheeto hard hole circa 1900. That ain't no Naga. That's an agent talking about this Crazy Snake. This ain't Crazy Snake. This an agent. See what they doing here. You mean to tell me all the rebels were straight up nigglets, and you gonna try to say the leader was a white man, a Hollywood Indian? And we know though that Indian territory, the Muskogee Creek, was literally loaded with all nigger towns. Remember, the Trail of Tears was 1834. We talking about 1900. Not even really a whole generation later. So we peep these hijacks, especially on Wikipedia. Yeah, not to be confused. You know, it's the same people, but don't confuse though. Them was African Americans, but the other time it was the Creek. See, now we're gonna see this the Creek right here. This Cheeto. I don't even eat Cheetos. I gotta answer this later. I don't want to get off track here, what I got going on here. Alright, so now we already see The Crazy Snake was the very loose English translation of Cheeto Harho's name. I don't believe that. They talking about it, first off, they talking about it's an English translation. This guy's an agent, Cheeto Harho. That's an agent. Cheeto Harho was a leader of the Four Mothers Society, see? Agent. Among the Creek and an outspoken opponent of allotment. In 1893, Congress formed the Dawes Commission to seek to have the lands of the Creek, Choctaw, Chickasaw, and Cherokee allotted. See? Agent. In 1895, Congress authorized surveying of the land. And they wanted to lock the nigga land, man. They wanted to say, you niggas got too much land in Indian territory. Bitch, we is the Indians. They want to lot your land now. Because they want you to lose it. In 1895, Congress authorized surveying the land. They just told you, it was a sundown town and white man had to get out of there. We just read that. Let's go back to it one more time to remind everybody. Some people just showed up. Wildcat, white men were warned to get the hell out of here before sundown. You ain't surveying nothing around here. The niggas run it.
You big dummy.
Boom shakalaka!
But now, Congress passing laws to allot your land and to come through and survey your land, to steal your land. The Creek government decided to negotiate the terms the best they could. But in 1898, right before 1900, right, the Creek held an election at which allotment was voted down. In response to this, Congress passed the Curtis Act, which dissolved the governments of the Creek and their neighboring tribes. Dissolved the governments of the Creek and their neighboring tribe. You know, like in Redbird, Taft, Summit, you know, all these places. In 1900, there was a meeting with Cheeto Harho, this agent. Fake $5 Indian agent.
Sit your $5 ass down before I make change.
Was declared the principal chief. How he get declared the principal chief in the stronghold of the Nagas in 1900? Who was the chief before him? Cheeto Harho. He ain't even the real Crazy Horse. The real Crazy Horse was a Naga. And they putting his fake Cheetos up here. Chester Cheetah looking ass MF by a meeting at his ceremonial grounds near Henrietta, whose people view Pleasant Porter's methods of introducing the allotment system to be in violation of the 1867 Creek Constitution. The meeting that elected Harho also elected, they probably killed the real Crazy Horse at that meeting and put this man in and gave him the title. Crazy Snake, I mean. Also elected a second chief, a bicameral legislature, and established a court, since the Creek Nation did not exist in the view of the American government. The legality of Harho's elections were not relevant at the time in the United States law. The followers of Harho organized a group called the Light Horse to serve as a police force to enforce their view of the law. It was alleged that this group whipped some men for accepting an allotment, but this is disputed by other writers. Yeah, it's disputed because you know they ain't the real Crazy Snake. The anti-allotment activities of the Light Horse caused the 8th Cavalry to be called out and several of the followers of Harho to be arrested. In 1907, Oklahoma had introduced Jim Crow laws. Niglet, see? You don't bring Jim Crow laws unless it's
They not like us.
unless it's niggas around. Similar to those of neighboring Arkansas and Texas. And as a result of these measures, many niggas told you the Indians was niggas. Now all of a sudden you talking about African Americans. We talking about Indian territory. We talking about Crazy Snake and some fake ass agent named Cheeto. And now you talking about African Americans all of a sudden face restrictions on their residence. In Indian territory, a group of African Americans who may have, ain't no may have, they wasn't African Americans, they were Creeks. Creek, freedmen my ass. That is descendants of slaves who had been held by the Creek. Hijack. Gathered at Harho. See all the hijack going on? See all the hijack going on now, even though They will tell you a Creek because you were descendant of the slaves. Bullshit. All black towns in Indian territory, and we talking about Creek territory loaded with them. Muskogee Creek loaded with all black Naga towns. And by the way, since we talking about some freedmen and slaves and all this, in case you ain't know, these Nagas, African Americans and freedmen and slaves, these are lies. These are full-blooded, bona fide, the real Creek. If you ain't know, Silas Jefferson, the most famous, the biggest Muskogee Creek that ever lived. Since we want to talk Creek, then I want a red man in here to come in here talking about we the real chief. Yeah, then you don't know shit about Hotokomiko or the Wind Chief, the Wind Clan Chief, Silas Jefferson, because he Jeffrey's son. He is his last name is really McNack. He is Jeffrey's son. Jeffrey's son Silas, born in 1835 at Tuskegee. In the old Creek Nation, the real ones, the old ones. His parents were Jeffrey McNack, Silas McNack, the son of Jeffrey. Jefferson immigrated with his parents to the Creek lands in the Indian Territory in 1838. The biggest chief, the biggest op. So come at me talking about no Indian slave
Big dummy.
and freedmen on no damn road. Hey, Mo Naga in the house, Jason Brooks in the house, Susan Thompson in the house, Bronze Flat Power God in the house, Ernest Jordan in the house, salute. We know who the real Creek is. The Tuskegee, my naga. Indian. Betsy McNack. Wing Clan. Not African clan. The Muskogee Creek chief of the largest Creek clan in the Creek Nation. So what you saying? So what you saying when you come at us with hijack? So what you think you saying, colonizer? Because we know these colonizers update and write these articles, especially on Wikipedia, and call you freeman and call you African. And we got to read it and read through it and understand it, overstand it, understand it, outerstand it, and all. They want to claim in March 1909, during the annual meeting of the Creek Traditionalists, there was an allegation that one of them niggas, allies, had stole some barbecue from a local white farmer. The farmer stole their land. How he stole the barbecue? See, this is a hijack. I don't even believe this story about stealing some smoked meat. This is a hijack to confuse you, to make you think that it was some freemen or from some escaped African slaves. This is to fool you from the facts. African American, ain't no such thing as an African American in 1838 and 1909. That word ain't even exist. The people who wrote this article, they need to check themselves because they don't know what the hell they talking about. They got bits and pieces of the truth mixed in with a bunch of hijacking stuff like this. And you know, it's other sources that gonna do the same thing. The Crazy Snake Rebellion. Text to speech. I don't want to hear no robot. This event was said to have been, look, it was said. See, people, that when you know it be discrepancy. When people start making these allegedly, this event was allegedly in McIntosh County, Oklahoma. It starts, the McIntosh Nagas. I was just talking about this. It started in the late 1800s when a Creek leader named Cheeto Harho, there ain't no Creek leader, that fake ass Creek leader. See, this why you gotta study deep, man, because they trying to steal our history. They trying to whitewash our history, just like they whitewashed the maps. They look, they ain't even say a Creek leader named Crazy Snake. They just done erased Crazy Snake. Now they say the Creek leader named Cheeto Harho. See, and hundreds of full-blooded Creeks. Oh yeah, we know the Negroes are full-blooded. Wanted to resurrect and to preserve tribal land and customs. The Creek Nation, look, hijack, also included African Americans. See, hijack. Now they want to tell you Cheeto, the agent, Chester Cheetos looking ass. They want to tell you he the real Creek. Now look, now they tell you this is Cheeto Harho. In the picture, it said or Crazy Snake. This is not Crazy Snake. First off, this is a colonizer. This is a paleface. Salute. He's not an Indian at all. Salute.
You big dummy.
I'm not playing games with these people. I'm not playing games. I'm not letting up off the red man
Sit
whatsoever.
your
I'm not
$5
letting up
ass
off the
down
red
before
man
I
at all. Don't trust them. So all these gonna have hijacks. They can call you Africans. They can call the fake Creek the real Creek. They can call Cheeto Crazy Snake. They only gonna show you a picture of Crazy Snake. This is a nigga. Oklahoma Historical Society. They finna do the same thing. Encyclopedia of Oklahoma and Culture. The Crazy Snake. Oh, here go the narrative. You know, here go the politically correct narrative. The Encyclopedia of Oklahoma History and Culture. Crazy Snake Uprising. In 1901, the Crazy Snake Uprising peaked at Hickory Ground, a Creek tribal town. That's why I said Creek tribal town. See, you gotta stop playing games with yourself. They telling you it's a Creek tribal town. Why is it an all black town? Why is it an all black town? Right over in here. Why is it all these niggas fighting wars? Then you turn around and tell us that these Africans and freemen and stuff, like we don't know better. Like we ain't connected all the other dots down the line in history. This just for fun at this point. As early as 1898, Hickory Ground became a gathering point for both Creeks and other Fire Tribe members, not Africans, Indians, who opposed allotment. Originally, the opposition was led by Lata Miko, right? See? Originally, this might be a nigga. They ain't showing no pictures of him. Lata Miko. And I know it. You know how I know it's a nigga? I'm gonna tell you how I know Lata Miko is a nigga.
Shakalaka!
I hope you see it. Let me shrink it back down. Silas Jefferson, also known as Hotuko Miko, my nigga. I don't connect dots for no reason. Yeah, we ain't gonna show the Tom Miko picture because of course he's
Darkness, everybody! This is ready!
we gonna give you somebody with a whole nother surname. We gonna give you Cheetos. You Nagas gonna eat it up. But Lata Miko is the real Crazy Snake, the leader of Hickory Ground. However, keeping with Creek custom, the leader appointed a spokesman called the Haniha, who made announcements and gave speeches for him. Cheeto Haro was Lata Miko's Hineha. See, my naga? See what I'm telling you? See what I'm telling you, my naga? Haro's speeches attracted attention, marking him to outsiders as the most visible of the dissenters. See, now the ancestors might have been smart. Or I don't know if this was just an agent sneaking in the tribe and they rewriting it. They dressing it up. I believe they killed Lata Miko and they gave the title to Cheeto Harho and said, you Crazy Snake now. Cause we know all the Crazy Snake rebels look like the Miko clan niggas. Yeah, they put a colonizer on front to speak to the colonizer. I don't know. Did they kill Miko? I don't know. A delegation consisting of Lata Miko, Cheeto Harho, Hotuke Fixico, another nigga. Hotuke Fixico. No, he a nigga. No, he another, right? Hotuko Miko. Hotuko Miko, managa. It's not African, managa. That's Creek, managa. So we know Hotuke Fixico, nigga. Hotuke. Look at that. Yahola, managa. That's a nigga. traveled to Washington, D.C. to persuade President Roosevelt to recognize the validity of the Treaty of 1813. All members of the delegation except Harho, everybody except Harho, because they know Harho was a faker. They know Harho was a no one. He was just a puppet. Contracted smallpox while they were quarantined. See, that's how you know Harho were agent. They protected Harho and they gave the nigga smallpox. Harho was allowed to return to Indian territory, but you niggas can't go back. And he urged tribal towns not to participate in Ecum Watka, the allotment. He called for the establishment of a separate government at Hickory Ground to preserve. See, I don't trust this man. I feel like he was the agent. You know, he ain't get the smallpox. All the nigglets got the smallpox. He the only one returned to Indian territory. Then he go back with a new government and all this. Man, this is the hijack. And he white as snow. As the number of resistors to allotment increased, white neighbors and government agents called them snakes. After the charismatic Harho, whose name translated as snake. No, it didn't. By January 1901, the snake government at Hickory Ground claimed jurisdiction over an area of 25 square miles and boasted a following of 5,000 men, women, and children. They trying to give him credit for everything. He ain't even the real crazy snake. When delegations of snakes started seizing property and whipping tribe members who supported the allotment, the Creek National Council turned to U.S. Marshal Leo Bennett to arrest Harho and his followers. A skirmish between officers and snakes left one member of the posse dead. Remember, they said one nigga died. Motivating Bennett, an Indian agent. See, agents round. See, I know. I'm telling y'all, man. It's an inside job. This man Harho is the agent. One nigga died. Harho lives. He ain't even the real crazy snake. Indian agent J. Blair Schofield to request 500 federal troops, commanded by Lieutenant H.B. Dixon. Troops. See, they killed the real crazy snake. They brought their agent in, and now they trying to split up the land. They remember they was doing all these meetings about allotting and surveying the land. They telling you it was a sundown town. The white man wasn't even supposed to be there when it got dark. They tried to take the niggas' land, and look what all the confusion went down. Cavalry, look at that. It's commanded by Lieutenant. See, they bringing in the military. They taking the land. 500 federal troops, commanded by Lieutenant Dixon. Troop A of the 8th Cavalry arrived to set up camp near Henrietta. However, troops were not needed. On Sunday afternoon, January 27, 1901, Deputy Marshal Grant Johnson and Bernie McIntosh, a Creek interpreter, arrested Harho and 2 other snake leaders at Harho's home. Harho rode peacefully with Johnson to the Troop A encounter. Yeah, he rode peacefully because he went. Yeah, I bet he rode peacefully. He was an agent.
They not like us.
They got him out of there safely because they know it was about to go down. Talking about he got out of there safely, peacefully. Deputy, wait a minute, where I was at. By the end of the next day, all of the principal snake leaders except Miko, Lata Miko, were in custody. The snake uprising ended with no shots having been fired. See, Lata Miko didn't even get caught at that point. Or did they kill him? I don't know. They might have killed him and just tried to say, yeah, we can't find him, and then they give Harho the title. I don't know. The number of snakes arrested and arraigned before Judge John R. Thomas on March 4, 1901 is unclear. See, all this is unclear, man. That's how I know they hide niggas. Unclear. It ain't never unclear. Criminal docket show 236 names, but many were duplications. Yeah, okay, yeah, because it was probably their son fighting too. It was probably the father and son. Got the same name, like my daddy and my granddaddy. Listing both English and Creek versions. The youngest snake was 14 years old, and the oldest 88. Now it was probably 3 niggas with the same name. Granddaddy, daddy, and so it might have been 5 of them. A plea bargain led to suspended sentences and fines, a lecture by Judge Thomas, and then immediate parole based on promises to discontinue the snake movement. Not all snakes were released. 18 returned to jail to stand trials for other charges, including murder and cattle theft. Cheetos and his followers continued to meet secretly to discuss strategies to oppose allotment. When they started whipping Creek members who applied for allotments, they were arrested again in February 1902. They appeared before Judge Charles W. Raymond, who revoked their parole. Authorities transferred Harho and 11 snakes to the federal penitentiary at Leavenworth, Kansas, to complete the remainder of the 2-year sentence issued earlier by Judge Thompson. I would have took them 2 years too. I would have whooped some ass too. Took my 2 years and say, bitch, y'all giving up the land. Whoop some ass. I'd have did it again. I'd have did 4 years. While snake leaders were in prison at Leavenworth, their followers continued to resist allotment. They hampered the allotment process by intimidating surveyors. Son, downtown, get your ass out of here. You ain't surveying nothing. Get out of here. By destroying survey equipment. However, snake resistance changed after the release of Harho and other leaders on November 4th, 19. See, he want to come Harho, agent ass, want to come talk peace probably. Imprisonment took a toll on the snake leaders. Rather than forming armed militant bands, Harho changed tactics by forming a snake political party to campaign for the position of Creek principal chief. Even though Harho failed to win the election, the snake's political activism sparked a broader political movement called the Four Mothers Nations. His followers continued to work for restoration of traditional tribal rights under the Treaty of 1832, many years after Harho's death, circa 1911. Requests to Congress continued up until 1926, but the snake movement finally collapsed after 25 years of disappointments. But the spirit of collective political activism sparked by Harho and his followers spawned numerous tribal organizations for many decades. You mean by Latah Miko, not by Harho. Harho was just a mouthpiece for Latah, Naga. See, the real niggas, and you got, that look like an agent. That's why he got on white. Agents. That motherfucker ugly as hell right there. That might be, one of these might be Miko for real. This might be Miko right here, boy. That might be Latah Miko right there. Cause he looks similar to Silas McKnight. Hotako Miko. These agents, these colonizers. What the fuck? What the fuck they on here for? We talking about an all nigga town. The motherfuckers ain't in the hood. That's about a quarter of the way down, a quarter of the way over. Just about ending maybe around 60% down. Right around here, right? It's right here, Tab, Yehola, Lee, Grayson, all these nigga towns, Tallahassee, this the Creek, this the Muskogee Creek Nation, Redbird. See, where them niggas at now? You know what I'm saying? I see, this what I'm talking about. The whitewashing and the hijack at this point is starting to be pathetic. It's starting to be pathetic. You putting these fake Mexican looking ass motherfuckers, not even the real Mexicans. The real Mexicans look just like this nigga right here. You putting the new Mexicans on here. They not even over there. All we gotta do is go look in Redbird and Tulsa and all the other towns and you clearly see who there. Stop lying. Stop lying. You not deceiving us. When see, you want to talk Indians knowing it's us, then you want to try to slide in agents, images of other people. These are not Indians. The Indians is right here. I don't even trust these other two niggas. They look mixed. This nigga right here, that's the Indian right there. Agents all over the damn place, blending in. Look at these ugly motherfuckers. Look at that motherfucker there. Ugly than the motherfucker. Cross-eyed. Ain't none of us blending in with them, mixing with them, talking about interbreed. About interbreeding with these ugly ass motherfuckers. I don't care who be getting mad at this shit. Y'all can tell. Y'all can tell. Charlie Keys in the house. Charlie Keys say, "How damn you call like Antoine Moore in the house?" Jason Brooks. Hey, Charlie Keys say, "How damn you call the live?" Yeah, you don't never know. Sometimes I might crank up, but you never know when I might go in. I just had to continue the lesson. You know, sometimes you got to strike while the iron hot. I'm gonna go in a little more. Matter of fact, we going in on Indian territory all this weekend. Damn it, you know what I'm saying? We finna thoroughly. Has anybody ever thoroughly investigated or researched Indian territory? Is any of our creators out here on our side of YouTube? Has anybody went in on like and just drilled Oklahoma Indian territory? Has anybody did it? We finna learn everything it is to know about Indian territory this weekend, Monaga. Me and you in the stronghold of the Monagas, man. So we ain't playing with that. Hey man, I'm Blackjack, man. This House of Cons, man. I'm rocking with y'all, y'all rocking with me, man. I'm see y'all a little bit later. I'm finna go holler at my mama and my dad and my naga. I'm see y'all a little bit later. Peace.